Hi, everybody. It's Adam with HeartValveSurgery.com, and we're at the Endoscopic Cardiac Surgeons Club in Northern Kentucky. I am thrilled to be joined by Dr. Vinay Badhwar, who is the executive chair of the WVU Heart Vascular Institute in Morgantown, West Virginia. Dr. Badhwar, you and I have known each other for going on 15 years. It is great to see you, and thanks for being with me today.
Glad to be here, Adam.
Yeah, so we are learning a ton here. Research, live operations, simulations, right in your sweet spot of minimally invasive surgery. I know you're giving talks here. One of the big inquiries that we get from patients is about robotic aortic valve replacement, which is something, if anybody in the world knows about, it's you. Can you share with the patients in our community what's the latest update on robotic AVR?
Well, first of all, I am delighted that your patients and the colleagues that you have are asking about robotic AVR, given the fact that our whole goal was to develop another option for patients instead of having a sternotomy or an anterior chest approach or a transcatheter valve, another option that gives the same outcome of a regular surgical aortic valve, which has lots of evidence for long-term survival and low morbidity and problems for the lifespan of the patient. And so we did our first case in January of 2020. That was a collaboration, not just amongst our surgical team, but also our transcatheter cardiologists who wanted to have another option for the patients of low to intermediate risk, and particularly those that are younger than age 80, for example. And so that developed in January 2020. And after doing the first 1 to 200 patients, we've opened this up to the rest of the world, and we're very pleased to have a very close collaboration. Many of the surgeons that are here today, but also all around the world, and there's now been close to 400 patients that have received this therapy after commencing this at WVU. So your colleagues and your subscribers that are asking about robotic AVR, there's been a lot of development. Overall, the outcomes have been truly outstanding. And our key focus is to make this safe, standardized, and reproducible. And that's what's been achieved so far.
And in terms of when you're using the robot, is it isolated now just to a robotic AVR procedure, or has the ability to treat things widened over the years?
So that's a very important question. So there are many options of treating all patients with valvular heart disease. Transcatheter therapy is a single therapy, or a TAVR or a TAVI, to just treat the aortic valve. But many of our patients that present usually have other things: atrial fibrillation, mitral valve disease, etc. Sure, we can do isolated aortic valve replacement or repair done robotically, and that's definitely a portion. But the whole reason we wanted to develop this through a very right lateral mini thoracotomy incision, that's a very tiny incision, is to be able to use the same approach that we use for mitral valve surgery, which is very standardized. We've made some small technical modifications, and the whole idea is this: we strongly feel that this is now a platform, not just for isolated aortic valve disease, but for all cardiac surgery. Many, up to a third of the patients that we do are actually concomitant, or in other words, have more than just the aortic valve, a mitral, AFib treatment, etc. This is a platform for multiple valvular surgery.
That's great. And I guess a follow-up, if I'm a patient and I'm hearing, getting back to just the robotic AVR, which I'm guessing is one of the more common approaches that you will use these days, is it for a mechanical valve? Or is it for a tissue valve?
Absolutely. So it's taking the usual, very standardized surgical treatment. We cut out the valve and sew in a brand new one. This can be either a tissue valve or a biologic valve made of cow or pig tissue, or a mechanical valve. And there's been excellent outcomes for both.
Great. And the last question I've got to ask you, you've researched this, you've developed this, and now I'm wondering if there's a next step for how you can share this with not just the physicians here, physicians all over the world.
Well, thank you for asking. So we've worked at this in a very transparent way. In fact, innovation in isolation remains in isolation. Innovation as a collaborative becomes permanent, at least we hope. And through this, starting in 2022, shortly after initial experiences, we invited surgeons from all around the world to begin to co-develop and share experiences. We've now published last year at the European Association for Cardiothoracic Surgery the first 300 patients, which is an international collaboration in multiple sites around the country and the United States as well as Europe. And now this is culminating into over 400 patients. And we are hosting another international valve meeting in Morgantown on November 13th and 14th. It's called the International RAVR Symposium, where surgeons and cardiologists will hopefully share ideas and their own experiences and how to make this a better therapy for all of our patients.
Well, Dr. Badhwar, I've got two things for you. One is a congratulations on the achievements in robotic AVR. And the second is on behalf of all the patients in our community, all the patients across the world, a big thank you for what you and your team are doing at WVU Heart Vascular Institute in Morgantown, West Virginia. Thanks for being with me today.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Hi, everybody, it's Adam. I hope you enjoyed that video. And don't forget, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch the next 2 educational videos coming up on your screen, or click the blue button to visit HeartValveSurgery.com.